everybody was saying, dude, you're done. Doctors, friends, family, you're too old, you're too broken, you can't be a firefighter. Everybody was writing me off. And I think you, a couple other people in my life, my dad, were like, keep coming back, keep charging. And it kind of motivated me to just keep training. My name is Brett Ernst. I'm 40 years young. I've been doing CrossFit for probably about 4 full years, almost 5. I was doing sales like right out of college. I graduated at UC Santa Barbara. I was like, cool, I'll do this, and then one day I will chase my dream. Well, one day never came. 10 years goes down the road. I'm still doing sales. And then randomly one night, the Tubbs fire comes blowing through. It just smokes my dad's house. And I remember just thinking about it like, holy crap, I should be a firefighter. I literally quit my job. I dipped into savings. I went through a fire academy. I changed my major, got a fire technology degree. And my first season out of the gates, I was ruined. I had to get knee surgery and I had a torn labrum, and it turns out I was born with hip dysplasia. I never knew this. I always thought I had tight hips, but it turns out I had hip dysplasia with a torn labrum. The only response is a total hip replacement. I bet everything on me. And I was like, holy smokes, this might blow up in my face. And is this even possible now? I think everybody would agree that was an insane time to start CrossFit. CrossFit allowed me to come in and just keep moving. Like whatever I could keep moving, I just kept moving. And I'd actually say the coaching specifically is what gave me the ability to continue, because I had bad form and I did not understand why I had pain. So once I started doing these minor tweaks, these rolling out after workouts, coming in early, getting the entire stretch down that you got on the board, like going home and working on that, that gave me the edge to be like, oh, actually, my body is broken because I'm not using it properly. Now I can identify that, implement kind of some of the techniques we were talking about, and then to kind of move forward. I think at some level, you need to have coaches who are like, let's modify the workout. And I actually didn't understand you guys were so willing to modify. Again, you know, you have to have trust in your coaches. But again, I think this gym is also exceptional in the fact that we have good coaches, we have our own programming. So we're a little different, and also it's very acceptable here to modify something. I think you've made it safe to be like, hey dude, I've got an injury, you know? Where I was raised, you don't talk about your injuries, you muscle through it. Injuries are weakness, don't be weak. Where here, I actually have, all right, dude, Brian's cool with it, and you're one of the gnarliest guys I know. Danny's cool with it. They want to see me. They don't want me to disappear for a month and like go on the injured list. Again, it's managing the ego. It's learning that it's okay to scale things. And I think that's the greatest thing I can teach any newcomer. Is like, the CrossFit is awesome for anybody of all ages, of all backgrounds. Just scale it to what you're at and then work up. I feel CrossFit is an unfair advantage. If you train in anything, whether it's snowboarding, mountain biking, firefighting, being a banker, whatever, it's like you will develop a confidence, a cardio, strength, you will love the way you look, you will feel good. I have so much faith in this program that I would not hope my daughter did this, I'd encourage her to do it, but I would do it because it's gonna empower her. It's gonna give her confidence. She's gonna build strength. She's gonna have courage. She's gonna face adversity. She's gonna learn new things. She's gonna get an adrenaline dump, an endorphin rush. She is gonna have a higher perception of herself based on how she looks, feels, and responds to CrossFit. This is the total package, and it bleeds out into your life. From filling out clothes better, for looking better, but also you're just actually stronger, you're more capable, helping friends out, moving, doing all these other things. I mean, this is the catalyst to just being a better person, because you get the discipline here, you get used to shutting down the quitting voice, and you just develop this perception of yourself that is greater than you'd ever imagine. I'm telling you, it's just how you feel about yourself after a hard workout is the best feeling on earth. And then it just bleeds over in the rest of your life. Sharing the CrossFit experience with your spouse, It's a special thing, man. Brittany has worked her rear end off. She supported me for 5 years while I went back to school and while I've changed careers. She has never been in better shape in her life. She is so driven, she is so motivated. It motivates me to get off shift immediately and meet the family here. Our rule is we get our workout in and then we plan our day around that. And we both learned that we get that really, really good feeling right off right out of the gates. We feel great. I can hit a hard reset from my shift because I do see some crazy stuff sometimes. CrossFit hits that hard reset. I get my endorphins, my serotonin, a little dopamine hit. I can take a breath. I'm back. I've never loved my wife more. Once she carried my child, but two, her ability to bounce back is just like, it's insane. I'm like, I need to be better. So it forces me, not forces, but it pushes me to want to keep up with her. Brittany's been doing CrossFit longer than I have. She has better mechanics than I do. Dude, it has absolutely made our relationship better. Yesterday we did a crazy workout, and then afterwards it was like, you want to go for a hike? Hell yeah, I want to go for a hike. Got the kiddo in the backpack, went to the top of Taylor Mountain, 1,200 foot elevation hike. After doing a gnarly workout, we're out in the sun, we're a family, we're having this shared experience, but it's because we're in like pretty darn good shape that we can keep going. And then we ended the day with a bike ride, doing this Taco Tuesday ride. So we basically had 3 pretty fun little excursions, and we weren't tired, we weren't winded, we weren't eating crappy food. We just kind of sailed through the day. Our family is stronger for it. Shay's gonna grow up in this gym. Couples grow together, they grow apart. And I feel like Brittany and I have grown up so close together through CrossFit, through being in shape, and really just being happy that we're gonna be there for our kid. So the CrossFit community to me is the unspoken variable that is probably the glue that binds. It's accountability. I know for a fact I'll push myself harder in front of other people than left to my own devices, but it's also super enjoyable. And I think that is absolutely, it's CrossFit's strongest factor. People jokingly say this is a cult. It's definitely not a cult, but what it is a pretty strong group of people who will push you and help you get better than you thought in a way that's more enjoyable than you thought. The people I've met in CrossFit, God, they vary. You've got your Wades who are just like the strongest dude in the gym, and then Nancy McFarland, freaking Kate's mom, who I just love, who is doing pull-ups. She's ripped at like however old she is, and she is so fun and so funny. And then everybody in between, I see new people all the time who I'm just like, dude, I know exactly where you are. I was there 4 or 5 years ago. This seems like a little overwhelming, but then you just watch them keep coming back, and then you're like, holy shit, this person's taking it, they're catching on super quick, pardon my language there. You can see anybody and everybody here. Anyone and everybody can come to CrossFit. I've ran across them all, and the wildest part is seeing the high school athlete, the college athlete, or the person who never did anything, and they've never done athletics. They have this spurt where they just take off and they're just lifting heavy, and you can see when it clicks for them. You can see when their identity becomes, I'm a CrossFitter. They come in here meek and feeble and, oh, that's a pretty scary thing. And then in 7 months, they're doing crazy workouts, and you're like, ha ha ha, they got it, and it's that's pretty rad. I bet you must love seeing that on the regular. You can just tell when people buy in, and when that happens, it's like, oh, now you're worried, are they gonna be my greatest competition now? And it's just wild, man. It is so wild, yeah. When you come here, if you check your ego at the door, you can scale every workout. If you have patience and realize that, hey, this is my first time doing a snatch, I better not go for 200 pounds. I think people mistake this place as a kind of savagery where everybody's just going for it. But in the beginning, if you can check that ego and you can scale the workouts, you're gonna be fine. It's a lot more inclusive than you think. It's a lot chiller than you think, but it is whatever you want to make it. You can make it the RX, you can make it pure savagery, but you absolutely should probably start off with a scaled workout and work your way up. I'll just tell you, it's way more lighthearted and fun than you'll think it is. I've been to a bunch of CrossFit gyms now. What we do here at CrossFit NorthGate is unique, and what's unique, it's you guys, the owners, it's the programming, it's the coaching, man. It's just I feel like I'm around people that I want to be around, man. And so this is a very unique gym. There's a lot of CrossFitters out there, there's a lot of CrossFit gyms, But what we got going on here, and you can ask any one of our members, man, this shit is special.